Okay. Okay, that does not work. Oh well. Get all right. Let's get going. I could not get multi-streaming figured out for Twitch, but I think that this will work. I think it's also a little bit quiet. So we'll turn this up a little bit and see. I don't know, that might be too loud. There will probably be somebody here eventually to let me know, and then we'll figure it out then. I guess I could use headphones with my phone, but we should be good. Okay, I do not need the Twitch. All right, so I posted a poll earlier, and we got way more responses than I expected. Unfortunately, I didn't realize, I just booted this up earlier to see if it worked or not. This is not the full game. It's just a demo. They just have a little bit. And in the closed beta they had earlier, it went up to +3 difficulty, and they called it unfair, which I think was a very fitting title, especially because the second attack modifier the monsters drew was always a crit at the very beginning. And then the one that I messed with, test file that just did the first room of the first scenario, I also got crit on turn 2. So we'll have to see if we get crit, or not on turn 2, but on the second attack modifier that gets pulled. And we'll name ourselves after the Demolitionist. That just sounds fitting. So we'll have to just play hard. And in the poll that I did, Blinkblade and Geminate both got a few votes. But the character with the fewest votes was the Banner Spear. So we'll play one of everybody but the Banner Spear. And it seems quite fitting that I have to play Bone Shaper after ranking it as the worst character in the game. But we're only on +1, so it's really not going to be... It shouldn't be all that bad. Hello, Liam. This is going to be very weird for me. Haven't done this in a very, very long time. I also don't really name my characters ever under any circumstances. What do we have for personal quests? It looks like we've got everything. We've got the good old experience the building of 12 buildings, which at least in the closed beta, you were able to progress this without playing any scenarios, which is very good because that is something I will be doing in the speed run. And building buildings is pretty good. Starting items for Bone Shaper, I really feel like there's really only one option. I generally feel like Boots of Speed are generally a lot better than Warden's Robes. Like 2 shield can sometimes save a summon and let it get off an attack, but Boots of Speed can let like 2 summons get off a turn when they wouldn't have otherwise. So we're gonna go Boots of Speed. And we can't pick our cards yet, but we can get it in a second. And then everybody but a Banner Spear, so we'll throw a Drifter in there. 100 gold in possession. Yeah, we probably can't even... They probably don't have 5 boat, sled, climbing gear missions, so we'll go for 100 gold. I don't mind Boots of Speed on Drifter. What's the other character? It's a Deathwalker will be the other character, right? So we'll want to be relatively tanky. I'm very tired. We'll want to be relatively tanky. I think I'll give Boots of Speed to the Deathwalker, and so maybe we'll just go Heater, Shield, Leather Armor. Amulet of Life is also pretty good, especially with the +2 to all heals. And I don't hate Poison Dagger either. I think I'm gonna go Leather Armor, Heater, Shield though. Just nice and defensive. I always like just knowing I can't be crit before getting that Iron Helmet. And the Deathwalker. 150 experience from cards, or 2 Algox Guards, Lurker Claw Crushers, and Robotic Bolt Shooters. I think we should be able to get that. And then I like Boots of Speed here. Are there any other possibilities? I guess I theoretically could try the Summon and Warden's Robes, but that sounds a little bit troll. I like Boots of Speed. We are okay with initiative, but it's not the best thing. I am not a fan of this interface for picking your cards. I really wish... I do not like the way it shows which cards are equipped and which cards aren't. I really wish it just... I like that they're in initiative order, but I wish it pushed all of the cards that you're not using to the very bottom. Because to me, it's easier to sort them that way. And also the icons, I feel like, are kind of hard to see. And I assume that this is coming through in 1080p. Even for me, these are blurry, so it's not like it's not a stream issue. It's just the actual game resolution for the cards is a little bit poor. I like Exploding Corpse, so we'll bring that. I generally don't ever use Approach Oblivion, which we already have that unequipped. Command the Wretched is really good. I'm going to try not going Eternal Torment. I almost always try to do a bunch of cursing on my Bone Shapers and then end up regretting it. So we'll put on Wrath of the Turned Earth. I really do like this. The next 3 times damage would be dealt to one of your summons, they suffer nothing. Yeah, I like Geminate. Geminate is it really is an interesting character, and it provides a lot that at least none of the other starters do. The access to crowd control is very, very valuable. I was really nervous when I had seen the results of the poll, because it was the main characters were Blinkblade, Bone Shaper, and Deathwalker, and it would have been a very, very, very squishy party, and I thought I was going to be playing on +3, because that's what I did in the beta, and I was very nervous about being that squishy, but it looks like it will not be an issue. It's very difficult to read the cards here. I like Exploding Corpse, and I really want to potentially go for the loss here, but I don't want to lose the movement on Dark Tidings. I could drop Transfer of Essence. Let's do that. We've got healing from Drifter already. So we'll bring Exploding Corpse instead of Transfer of Essence. And then what's the other card we're not bringing? We're not bringing Eternal Torment or Approach Oblivion. That's fine with me. Never end your turn adjacent to any other hero. Probably not. That first room is so tiny, and getting through the door would be impossible. 2 losses in the same turn is very doable. Never go below half health. Okay, we have to go for 2 losses. On Drifter, kill an enemy adjacent to you, not adjacent to you while you're adjacent to someone else. Never exit a hex adjacent to a monster except through forced movement, or kill 3 or fewer enemies. We'll go for Duelist. I always say that, and then I always forget. But we'll just see what happens. Let's see. I like Destructive Fury just for the... Oh, I love No Remorse's loss, and Destructive Fury's initiative is pretty decent. So I think I want to bring both of those. I generally don't feel Unbreakable is necessary. You don't really need the shielding. Kind of similar with Relentless, but I do like the Retaliate on it. I generally try to pick between the Retaliate or the continuous health heal. So I need to find a card to drop for No Remorse, because I really, really want that. And so it probably needs to be one of the cards that gives an effect where you get a tick back. So I could drop Continuous Health, but honestly, throwing that on just to heal a Bone Shaper doesn't sound that bad. All of these cards are quite good. Maybe we'll drop Precision Aim. We can drop Precision Aim. Move and get a tick back is really nice, but it doesn't feel needed here. And then finally, on the Deathwalker, apply a different negative condition to someone who already has one. Have 0 cards in your hand each time you rest. Not even possible. I guess I could lose a card to damage in the first room. Be the first to kill a monster during the quest. We'll go for applying Wound to something with Anger of the Dead. Let's see. Rest in Shade is definitely not necessary, but I may want it. I do want Forceful Spirits. We'll drop Call of Doom for Forceful Spirits. Move and Set Dark is pretty decent, but it doesn't feel necessary. I want to try bringing in the Summon. Somebody left a comment on my Deathwalker tier list video talking about how they use the Summon for some off-tanking, and I want to try the Summon out a little bit. So we'll bring the Summon, which is not normally a card that I bring. Well, we can leave Wave of Anguish behind. It's pretty good, but between Lingering Rot, where is it? Between Lingering Rot's loss and Dark Fog's loss, I don't necessarily need Wave of Anguish. So no Wave of Anguish, no Call of Doom, and no Rest in Shade. Yeah, if I were playing Wave of Anguish, I would probably want to bring Rest in Shade. But without wanting to get 5 shadows in position immediately, I don't really need Rest in Shade. And I think with that, we're ready to go. What were the retirements? Is there an easy way to see that? No. Okay. So I need to make sure I kill 2 Algox guards on Deathwalker. And then Drifter wants to get a lot of money. 100 gold. And Bone Shaper just wants to build buildings. Easy.
The sounds greet you first. Muffled metallic pangs, a voice.
And let me know how the volume is sounding, because I didn't really test it at all.
Wind rushing past your ears, but you know that tune anywhere. There's a fight up ahead. But a fight means people, and if there are people, then the town must be close. You hear more, a scream, the crash of steel against stone, a deep, earthy growl. You're running now. Your legs are wasted from the hike. Your shoulders ache from your gear. But the sounds are close now, and up ahead you see the gauzy orange light looming in the air. With one last push, you round the final bend in the trail, and you see it. Frosthaven, engulfed in flame. Great petals of fire burst from windows and crawl over roofs. People stream from the town's ruined gate, their faces bent in panic. A moment later, you see the object of their terror. A massive creature with 2 legs and 2 hulking arms, covered entirely in thick white fur. 3 gnarled horns crowning its head.
Algox Raiders!
Cries an elderly porter beside you.
We're doomed! They're stronger than anything else alive! We've come all this way for nothing!
As if to prove the point, the Algox you've been watching catches a fleeing outposter with one hand and hurls him backward as if he weighed nothing. 10 days you've been hiking. 10 days, and this is what you find. You breathe out a thick plume of foggy air and hoist your weapon high. Time to get to work.
All right. That's the first time I've heard that narration. That's really good. I'm from what I've read, I think I have no idea if the demo is PC only. I just know it's on Steam. Let me see if on the Steam page it says anything. Let's see, the FAQ. In the demo, it doesn't say anything about any other platforms. So I think it's just PC. Turn the volume up a little bit here. All right. So what is the play here? We have an elite priest. They've changed the font from the beta, which is kind of interesting. We've got an elite priest. He'll be taking on the city guard as long as we don't move up close and get hit. And then just a normal Algox guard and a normal archer. I'm definitely going to go super late. Deathwalker's easiest. It's either Eclipse or Call to the Abyss on turn 1 here. Generally, since there aren't very many enemies, I like... I don't hate just playing Eclipse on turn 1. It could be something like Eclipse with Black Barrage, make a whole bunch of shadows, and then get a shadow under each of the targets. And then turn 2, go fast with Anger of the Dead and get a wound going on everybody with, like, maybe Fluid Knight or something. But I think I'm going to try it a little differently here and go just Call to the Abyss on turn 1. And slow play it a little bit. Maybe Call to the Abyss with Lingering Rot. 82 will always go after the Algox guard, and I can move up and poison him. And that'll be pretty good. Drifter, I'll go closer. And I'm fine, I think, with starting with Relentless. I would like to be slightly faster than Deathwalker, who is 82. So we can just do Crushing Weight Relentless. And that'll be really good. That'll make Drifter be the focus. Although I guess I would like to go get Relentless before I get hit, but it's not that big of a deal. And then they added a starting hex here. It's not there in the board game. I think I'm just going to... It doesn't really matter which summon I summon, which skeleton, because I'm not going to do the Wraith. So I guess that's a card that I can leave on Bone Shaper, is the Wraith. I feel like the Wraith can only really be played if you have a Banner Spear who's going to play the Banner of Strength to give it attack 2 every turn. And then if you have that, I think it's pretty good, but just attack 1s with a base modifier deck is almost never worth anything. So I'm going to go Life and Death Skeleton, maybe with just like Malicious Conversion. Move up, make sure I summon the skeleton exactly where I want it, and we'll just see how things end up. So Priest is going to move this way. Archer, I think, is going to step 1 closer and make a trap like here, and then the guard is standing still. So this is very good for me. Don't need any boots of speed. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So it did not calculate aggro correctly, which was an issue that it had in the beta as well, that I know was reported. I reported it at least once, but I also saw it in the Discord reported. But he like picked, he calculated aggro through this wall hex, and you can't through the wall hex. It's fine. It's gonna hit me. We'll just give it disadvantage with leather armor, and they still have crit as the second card in the modifier deck always, which is probably why I wanted that leather armor, to give it disadvantage, so we were able to dodge the crit. I'm really surprised that neither of those were fixed, because they were both reported in the Discord. Get Crushing Weight going and Relentless, and now Drifter will just be a damage machine with like 4 bonus damage from ticks every turn. Lingering Rot and Call to the Abyss. So I'm just going to move forward. I could try to get 2 shadows this next turn, or not necessarily get 2 shadows, but if I position aggressively up here, I can go ahead and get my poison onto this guy, and I would love to kill this archer. That means that I'm going for just a measly little attack too, but I think it should be fine. I'm going to go ahead and put Bone Shaper right here. And bring in my Life and Death skeleton. Right here. Then I'm going to go as fast as possible on Drifter to move forward and hit this Archer for 4. And then hopefully Deathwalker is able to pick up the kill on it. But if not, it's not the end of the world. Do I need to go fast or slow here on Bone Shaper? I don't see any reason to not just go relatively fast and maybe just double hit this guy. He's poisoned, so attack for 2 from my skeleton plus an attack for 2 from me is not bad. Or it could... I think I'll also reserve the right to Decaying Will into the Archer based off how much damage the Drifter does. And that could be really good. And then I can just back up. Maybe save Flow of the Black River, though, because I might want the healing. So we'll go with Exploding Corpse at its speed at 21. Then Drifter, I need to go really fast, so we'll just go at 14 and just move 4. Deadly Shot can do that. Yeah, I don't have anything else because I don't want to play the Violent Inheritance loss. And then that leaves Drifter, who would love to go before 30. Maybe just like Black Barrage. Shadow Step also sounds like a decent initiative. Go after everybody else and Forceful Spirits and just hit here and here. And I think that'll work. There's no... I don't hear any background music at all. What had happened to it? Because it was here. At least I thought it was. Alright, hit this guy for 4. That's not too bad. I'm just going to attack it for 1 on Bone Shaper, I think. Oh, never mind. I did mess up the initiatives. Alright, so we hope for a +1 here. Hitting the Archer. Would be really nice if we can get it. So, I assume that this attack is going into the Archer because I clicked the Archer first. It looks like it's attacking the... Is it attacking the guard first? That's who it looks like it's focusing right now, and I want to hit the Archer first. Okay, it did go for the Archer, and we did get the +1. So I get the Shadow out of it, and then that means that I will also be able to leave this guard marked, which is basically best case scenario. What's he doing? Nothing special. I'm just going to run over this way, pick up the money, and not get wrecked. And we have already almost guaranteed all of the shadows that we wanted out of this first room. Now, I could Decaying Will the priest here. Do I have line of sight? I don't have line of sight, so I'd have to move for it. I think that feels worth it, especially if somehow my summon survives, if he gets a -1. I would love to have this poison on the priest. And he's not healing this turn, so no damage, but the poison is worth it. And then I think we just go late on Bone Shaper this next turn, and Skeleton does survive, so that's really good. Maybe I go fast on Bone Shaper and just double tap this guy, and then Drifter and Deathwalker could potentially hit the priest. I don't know. Elite Algox priests have Pierce on every attack. Is there a good, easy way to see his stats? No, right-clicking doesn't do it. I'm also really confused why there's no background music. And why does it say skip mission? Can we skip the first level? I kind of want to click that near the end of it and just see what happens. All right, just go fast on Bone Shaper, except I still want to save Flow of the Black River. Fell Remedy, I can potentially heal myself a little bit, and maybe even bring in another skeleton. Although there's not really enough room to do so. Maybe I'll just curse. I always tell myself I need to get off cursing, and I never do. Drifter, I would love to play move 3 to get in here and hit either of them, Although draining arrows, I only get a tick back if I'm next to 1, so just moving right here would be a little better. And I could get a tick back with bloodletting going into the guard. That does sound quite nice. Or potentially just looting. I think I want to hit the priest here. So I may just attack. Yeah, sustain momentum. I can attack him and get my tick back. And then next turn go for a kill with bloodletting. And then Deathwalker, I'm just going to go relatively late. Oh, I could summon. That would actually be kind of interesting. Although, getting through this doorway is so difficult. I don't know if the summon is going to come in on this level. So maybe I'll just go late and I'll just attack at range. I can go early. We've got plenty of time to kill this guy on this turn. Let's go Black Barrage this turn, and next turn we can Anger of the Dead. And maybe just Dark Fog to move my shadow over to the next room. But I may need to save Black Barrage for moving shadows. So we'll go at Anger of the Dead speed. What is the guard doing? The guard is very late, which should be fine. Priest is just going to hit a couple people. I'm not super worried. I may lose the skeleton. Okay. That does give a curse to Drifter. Oh, and I can't move the skeleton because I'm not in range of Anger of the Dead. Okay. Well, that was dumb. We'll be fine. Just attacks for 2 will kill this guy. I'm fully confident. Although maybe I should go for the kill on Drifter. What does Bone Shaper play? Yeah, I'm going to go for the kill on Drifter. So move 3 to get in here. Sustain momentum. Everything except for miss kills. I thought I was guaranteed to miss at that point. After speaking that confidently. But we get a second shadow. And we're in pretty good shape. And we get to get a Crushing Weight tick back. Let's see. I don't mind healing here. I was thinking I would summon the skeleton, but between the difficult terrain, the obstacle right here, the guard blocking this door, which the doors look very interesting. Summoning it just clogs everything up so much. What's the play here? I could heal up with Flow of the Black River, although we're just going to heal the full with a Long Rest, so that's not necessary at all. So I might as well bring in 1 skeleton, I guess. Do I have just a ranged attack? No, I don't have anything like that. All right, then we'll just bring in the Return Servant. I would love to maybe summon him here, though, so let's play it with a lot of move. Drifter is going to go fast and bloodletting this guy, and Deathwalker is going to go very fast and get a mark. Strength of the Abyss, I guess, is an attack for 3. I may just use a Fluid Night Shadow, though. I think I'm going to just attack with Strength of the Abyss because I don't want Deathwalker to get the kill. But I do want Deathwalker to go first to get the mark. So we will just move in here. Strength of the Abyss. Attack for 3. Leave him marked. The +1 is very, very nice. I forgot about the 2 shield. I don't know what I was thinking, but bloodletting here. Relatively likely to kill. Just a 0. Beautiful. Beautiful. And we get our Crushing Weight right back. Oh, first I place a shadow. Very, very little shadow movement, especially without Rest and Shade. But we should be able to make it work. And only 1 Relentless tick moved. So Drifter's in a very good shape. I don't even need to heal up anybody before going into the next room. 1, 2, 3, 4. Ooh, we can place the skeleton all the way at the door. I don't know if I really want that, because now there's just no getting in that room. And I don't have Rest and Shade to move all of the shadows, so I probably should have brought that. I guess I can flow the Black River to heal myself for 2, and then just back up. Because I don't really need Bone Shaper super far in there. I kind of like the way the Drifter looks. I mean, he's nice and colorful. His face looks very goofy. Especially in that picture. He looks super goofy. But like just playing like from this top-down view, I like the way he looks. Things do look a bit samey though. Like a lot of this fur color. Is there anything useful for me to be doing here? Is it time to just rest? I guess I know Remorse and heal Bone Shaper up all the way, but then she doesn't even need to life and death. Part of me really wants to just go open the door and just get this level over with. Maybe I'll set Angry Spirits. How much move do I have on Drifter? You know what? Screw it. Let's just do it. Let's just go open the door. It may be a very bad decision. And I'm just going to bring in the summon. Why not? Oh, I do still have Black Barrage to move all my shadows at least a little bit. We'll go for that. It's going to be fine. I'm confident. So I'm going to start with healing up. Oh, healing up the buddy wouldn't have been that bad either. I hadn't even considered that as a possibility. I have used Banner Spear to move this city guard into the next room before.
Destruction becomes quickly apparent. The town has been sacked. Smoke burns your eyes. What structures still stand are bright with fire, and the rest smolder. Their frames like black torched skeletons. And all about the wreckage howl the Olgoks, celebrating their victory in an unrecognizable language.
Oh, okay. That didn't feel like the end, but I guess it is. So we have an elite Outlox guard, 2 normal archers. Oh, now hovering over them is... Well, sometimes hovering over them gives information. I don't know why it doesn't with the elite here. There we go. We just have to mouse over his butt. Move 4, attack 4 is kind of brutal. I wish I could hide behind my city guard, but it's too late for that. And I didn't long rest, so I didn't get my armor back. I'm going to be quite punished here and immobilized. I guess I move in so that my retaliate goes off one of these guys. What is the priest doing? He's moving and healing, which maybe means that I don't want to go in at all. Although my skeleton's going to go in some. If I go here and Algox guard comes here, then skeleton moves 2 and is able to hit him. So that's fine with me. We'll go here. And, oh, I always think of Violent Inheritance as attack for 4 because of the ranged build, getting the +1, but it's only 3. Either way, I want archers dead as fast as possible. Drifter's going to lose a lot of cards here. I definitely went overly aggressive here. And I forgot Duelist, just like I said I would. I appreciate a -2 coming for the first attack. Although I hate the way the animation hasn't hit yet, and you see the attack modifier pull. You see it, and then you like wait for a long time for the attack to come in. And so it's very, very anticlimactic, because you know exactly how much damage it's going to do long before the arrow gets there. And so it makes it feel like you're just waiting for no good reason. Oh, I didn't think about the fact that the guard could have moved to this hex, and then my skeleton wouldn't have reached, which would have been bad, but we'll lose continuous health. I'm not super upset about it. Yes, I definitely, it's so much easier to play digital. That was how I started with Gloomhaven Digital. It's just so much easier to play than the physical board game. And I really, really disliked Gloomhaven Digital for a while. It took me a really long time to get the interface to feel like it worked at all. I feel like I really struggled with Gloomhaven Digital for a while, but once I got it working, it definitely became my preferred way to play. Also, my wife only lets us play on normal difficulty when we play tabletop, and it gets a little boring. I think I'm going to short rest Bone Shaper and play the loss where my skeleton can't take any damage, and just hope that the skeleton's able to 1v1 this archer. If it does die, I played the Angry Spirits, so when the skeleton dies, whoever kills it suffers too. So maybe for that reason I shouldn't. I don't ever use this summon, but we'll give him a try. I really don't know what I was thinking though with opening this door. Okay, they did increase the shadow movement speed a little bit, I think. I just remember in the closed beta it being very, very slow. I still wish it were faster. I do have Wrath of the Turned Earth and my fastest card available still, so we'll just do that. Let this skeleton go for a 1v1, distract this archer so that it's not super annoying. This archer dies to retaliate, although that's not really best case scenario for Drifter. I think Drifter here is going to short rest and play double losses. And then I probably short rest Deathwalker here as well. I could move 6. I could move 6 and get up to here and make a shadow and then like make more shadows with Eclipse. Although it isn't super necessary. I actually think I kind of like... Okay, since I moved the skeleton out of the way, the shadows, the Sunless Apparition, that's his name. Oh, his little... He doesn't have a thing if you hover over him. You can see that it's trying to put it there, but... he's move 3, attack 3 are his stats. And so he'll reach and he'll hit, which is actually pretty good. So I think I like... I wanted to play Lingering Rot, but I think it's okay to lose. I'm going to play Fluid Knight with Strength of the Abyss. So I've already got a shadow in position. I can eat this shadow, and I get an attack for 7. Although I think I will save this shadow because of my summon hitting. I should get good damage. So we should be able to kill this guy at 24 initiative, which underspeeds most of their attacks. Drifter can heal himself with his bottom, or he can go for double losses with like no remorse bottom attack. I kind of like. I could Destructive Fury and hit both of these guys. Or I have the heal on the bottom of Vile Assault. No, I think I need to go all out into killing this elite right here. And then the archer will die to retaliate. And it's not a clean victory, but I think we'll get through the first room. So Wrath of the Turned Earth, just keep that skeleton alive for a long time. I guess I heal myself up. It's a little underwhelming, but we'll probably just go for a short rest. Maybe move 4 and then just make as many skeletons up top as we can. Probably finish the scenario off with hopefully the exploding corpse loss. And it looks like Drifter... Okay, we got both crit and miss on our loss on Vile Assault, but that's fine. That averages to just a regular attack. And then the No Remorse loss will pick up the kill. Unfortunately, we don't get to do any of the movement associated with it. Is there an easy way to see my ticks? I don't think so. I would love to check the progress on those, but... Yes, we will choose to mark this guy. Okay. And with his 3 damage, that should mean that I don't need to eat my shadow on Strength of the Abyss. I'll just go ahead and activate it for free shadows whenever I want them. We don't need the Strength of the Abyss. And he's already marked from the shadow. And we get the kill, and this works as pseudo-shadow movement, allowing me to place it further into the room. The demo does have co-op, but it only has 4 characters, unfortunately. Ooh, they draw the Bless. I get to block 10 damage with my Wrath of the Turned Earth. And then another 4. Good job, Skeleton. And then this guy will die to the Retaliate. Oh, I had the opportunity to see my ticks for a second. Looks like my guards are just going to win the 1v1 up there. That's very nice. When you're playing on +3 difficulty, the guards do not always win. Part of me wants to just long rest Bone Shaper. There's not really much reason to, though. It's probably fine to just short rest. And then maybe just heal up Drifter. I still have 2 Crushing Weights. And 1 Relentless. So I could just run and sacrifice myself on this Elite. It's going to be fine. And then here we'll just do Shadow Step with Eclipse and get up in there and make enough shadows to just destroy the rest of the scenario. Here I just want move 4, probably with a summon. Priest going fast is totally good with me. Yeah, the city guards are super tanky. I tried playing this scenario a few times with like brand new characters at level 5 on Tabletop Simulator against oh, I didn't play move 3. Okay. Well, whoops. I guess I will just loot then. I tried playing this level a few times against level 5 monsters. So like level 6 monsters. I was trying +5 difficulty, but I was never able to even come very close. Even doing some cheesy stuff with like Deathwalker moving a lot of shadows in to wound everything with Anger of the Dead, and then Blinkblade just like playing Sand in the Hourglass over and over again to make everything suffer too. Oh, I can eat a shadow to get +2 move. I don't need it though. I could just get shadows slightly further in, but we'll just move 6 and get up to 5 shadows and be ready to clean up. Oh, I have to remove one. Oh well. They were very actively engaging in battle. They weren't just hanging around. Yes, my summon survives. Oh, but he got immobilized. Oh, well. Oh, that means the skeleton's gonna get immobilized too. But he stays alive. Ah, and of course it's the ranged guard to avoid the retaliate. Move 4, where do I get to? I pick up the loot. Worth it. I'm wondering if I just straight up go for Anger of the Dead this next turn, eat all 5 shadows, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 range, and hopefully one-shot the priest as long as I don't miss. Got a Snow Thistle, that's nice. Let's see, we can go fast. Of course I played Dark Tidings. I was thinking maybe that loss. I like Command the Wretched's loss. We'll go double losses here with Exploding Corpse and Command the Wretched. And just play the 2 cards I have on Drifter, who just face tanked everything. And why not? Let's eat all the shadows. I will say, the city guards are a little bit suspicious. It does seem like they maybe have slacked a bit. From here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 range, which means that I can eat just 4 shadows, right? 1, 2, 3, 4. And I should be in range? Yes. And then now I can Strength of the Abyss this one. This is the least efficient use of shadows of all time. And we crit for 16 extra damage. I guess I put my shadow over here and I can teleport to it to get some loot. I have absolutely no knowledge of when the full version will be released. But I do have... Let me pull it up. Pull up the right one. I have a very tentative route for doing a full game speed run that gets 14. It retires 14 times on purpose in 39 scenarios, and then gets 3 additional retirements by spending 15 inspiration. And this route should be able to get to Prosperity 8, have captured all of the necessary pets, leveled up every building necessary, although you do need to build like 50 times in 39 scenarios, which isn't entirely realistic. But this route, I think, I will be able to beat the game in a single sitting when it does release. But I have no idea when that will be. What happened here? They shot the Deathwalker. I think we are moving to and picking up some loot. I saw this trap coming down and I thought, oh man, the skeleton's gonna go all the way around, because I apparently don't know how difficult terrain works. It was only a little bit of overkill. Oh, that's interesting. I never thought of commanding the allies to attack. That's kind of cool. Almost got him. It's only 1 experience on Exploding Corpse. That seems low. I guess you had to get an experience summoning the skeleton. Anyway. It feels so much harder to understand what's going on in digital than it does just looking at the board game. And I assume that it will come with time. It'll be easier to parse what's happening, but it feels really difficult right now. I probably just spend a couple turns moving and looting. Okay, I didn't lose the move 3. Oh no, I need move 4. Okay, we'll get there next turn. Maybe I could have found a way to set Leaf to get the extra move. We're going to leave some loot behind. And I'll just have to find a way to forgive myself. I guess I'll walk through this trap too. Oh, I think I'll hit him. Oh. Alright, well. A premature victory. But that's fine. How much gold did Drifter get? I don't think there's a way to... I love how all the words get cut off. Alright, that's level 1. I was hoping it would be on +3 difficulty, and in that case, it's very, very tough. Oh, okay, this is a very new screen. The Angel of Frosthaven, I assume. I'm being rewarded for my healing. Drifter crit once. I think Deathwalker crit more. Oh, I failed Tormentor. I didn't mean to leave the loot. I doubted Deathwalker too much. At least I grabbed all of that experience from eating all 5 of those shadows. And I did kill 2 Algox guards without even meaning to. Drifter got 0 gold. Whoops. All right. Well, I like this victory screen. And we get to see what they did. Oh, I didn't mean to do that.
Frosthaven is almost exactly what you imagined. A knot of grey stone and timber, surrounded by sharpened palisade walls. A place where mere survival is an everyday concern, and where only the desperate could feel at home.
I didn't scroll that. It scrolled
the townspeople
too much automatically.
They're already on their feet, dousing fires and picking through rubble. In fact, one of those townspeople is marching right for you. A sharp-featured human woman with a fighter's muscular build, close-cropped hair and dark skin approaches and offers a gauntleted hand in greeting.
The sea be praised,
She says, crushing your fingers with enthusiasm.
we wouldn't have held out much longer without ye.
You nod and ask what happened.
Oh, just life up north is all. I'm Satha, mayor of this fort, now that my predecessor and his lieutenant have fallen. As for the Algox, they've been at us all
This
winter.
seems really quiet.
Took them months to break through, but they finally
I feel like
did.
it's a lot quieter than this scenario
Probably
was.
killed a dozen or so of my men. Would have done worse if you hadn't shown up.
You explain who you are, that you've been sent from White Oak. At the mention of the capital, her face scrunches up in displeasure.
It's about time they sent someone to help fix this mess they made.
She says, then tries to lighten her mood.
I don't mean to be ungrateful. I'm overjoyed to be still among the living. But a lot more people would be alive if your employers, the Merchants Guild, never stuck their noses in our business. I've spent my whole life here in what was once a fishing village, living and letting live with the Algox. Until last summer, that is, when the Merchants Guild sent some garrisons and bureaucratic types up here to see how Frosthaven could be of more use to the Empire. One of their expeditions proceeded to muck about in an Algox burial site, and the next thing we know, righteously angry Algox are attacking us. The Inkstains immediately hightailed it out of here, leaving just a handful of soldiers behind to keep us safe.
Satha clenches her gauntlet tighter and tighter as she tells the story, but now releases her grip.
I've had to learn a lot of things in the last year. The hard truth is that the Algox refuse to be reasoned with. And the only way to stay alive and keep this place I call home is to win the fight, regardless of who started it.
Her face softens and she clasps your shoulder hard.
There's not many of you, but I'll take what I can get, especially now that our garrison's been thinned. And as it happens, I have an idea.
She turns and gestures to the town's smoldering walls.
We took a beating in that fight, so if we're gonna survive much longer, we'll have to do more than just sit around and wait for the next attack.
She sizes you up carefully.
I've already sent a scout to track the Algox back home to the mountains. Drop your gear at any longhouse that's still standing and rest up. As soon as you're ready, I want you to get over there and find a way to slow these attacks.
The bunks in the remaining longhouses are all occupied by the injured, but you find a dry stretch of floor to lay your heads on your packs. You doubt you can sleep after the horror that greeted you in this little outpost. But before you know it, a young Valrath man is nudging you awake.
Wake up.
Satha's scout has returned with his report. He tracked the attackers to the foothills of the Kopanek Mountains, where they entered a cave at the base of Snowscorn Mountain. Interestingly, a smaller band split from the main group before they reached the cave and hiked around to the mountain's deadly eastern face. The scout didn't see where they went, but he suspects a secret entrance to the Algox stronghold.
One last thing.
The Valrath says as you wipe the final dregs of sleep from your eyes.
Another group is moving towards Snowscorn. They were Algox, no doubt, but they're dressed differently than the ones who attacked us. They carried long sticks and had some wild animals with them. I don't know if they're going to attack the mountain or reinforce it. But either way, you'd better get there quick.
All right. And our first outpost phase. I'm trying to explain that's the very root cause of all this. They're not aggressive by nature. Violet, the local lurker researcher, is pleading on the street with Mayor Satha. Right. And they have terrifying claws and razor-sharp protrusions because they're peaceful. Satha is having none of it. Violet is nervously balling up her purple scarf, clearly on the verge of a breakdown. Please, you have to understand. My research suggests... Satha cuts off the Valarath. Your research suggests the capital is willing to waste resources. Resources that could be better put to use protecting the people of this outpost from those same lurkers you so desperately want to repaint as benevolent. I'll be confiscating your supplies for the defense effort. Option A, come to Violet's aid, there's more to the lurkers. Or option B, back up Satha's assessment, lurker research is a waste of resources. Either way, this adds a winter outpost event, and I know that one of them is an attack and one of them is not. So we'll come to... my memory's telling me that the option is B, but we'll just go with A. It's fine. You intervene in the heated discussion and provide some reports from the field. Yes, the lurkers can be an impressive adversary, but there are indications there's more to their actions. We haven't seen any yet. Violet is visibly relieved at your help. Satha grunts, fine. If you think there's value there, introduce her to the guard. But if her crackpot ideas don't pan out, I'm holding it against you lot. Alright, what have they done to Outpost phase? We do have music this time. This is different from the music that we had in the beta. Oh, what is happening? Okay, first thing first. We can do everything in any order, right? We can build first. That's upgrade, new buildings. I want to build the hunting lodge and see if anything happens. But it looks like I'm too poor. Should have looted. Alright, then I guess we won't be building any buildings. Who has what? Okay, Drifter has 1 metal, 2 hide. Bone Shaper has 2 wood. Deathwalker has 1 wood, 2 metal. And we only have 9 coins total. That's a shame. Alright, Hunting Lodge after the next scenario. How do I go back? I remember struggling with this. We could upgrade the Craftsman. And it's a link next, so we'll probably have enough resources. So let's go ahead and upgrade the Craftsman. So 2 wood. The screen is a little bit weird, but I guess I don't hate it. And 1 hide. And build. At the Craftsman, get a spyglass on Deathwalker. And make sure we equip it. I think I remember when you buy from the merchant, it auto-equips the items, but when you buy from the craftsman, it doesn't, which is weird. And something that I had pointed out, but you do start with some items, which is kind of cool. So this Thieves' Hood is going to be an important part of my speedrun route, to give better looting cards to people. Although I guess you can't buy it in your starting items. I want to see if I make a character right now. No, they're not able to buy from the Thieves' Hood as a even being made later. Oh well. I guess that's it. So we're good to go, and we will play Scouting, which Offensive is the scenario where you don't have to kill everything, and Scouting is the scenario that is kill all monsters. So we'll go play Scouting. What is this? This is a brand new event. I don't know how to read. I did not think they would be adding... Oh, is this the riddle? Okay, that makes sense. Camouflaged into an outcropping of a stone cliff sits cliff face sits a Sawbass. You're trying to determine whether it's still alive when it proudly reveals itself, with a long, gravelly clearing of its throat. Hello, adventurers. It lifts itself from the rock, standing with a creaking screech. Is there a way to get it to... I thought the foreteller stuff came with all of the events loaded in, but I don't see a way to get it to read it. Some Sawbass modify their bodies through painful sculpting, shaping their rocky skin like carved marble. This one has chiseled its face into the visage of a lion, and its chest glows with a swirl of black and white. You look clever. Answer me correctly, and I'll give you something worthy of your answer. Fail, and you shall suffer the punishment. Fished from the waters, drawn from the earth, my presence bears both jealousy and mirth. I've corrupted and captivated, I'm sought out and sold. If you still can't guess me, I'm worth my weight in gold. And I feel like gold is not a very good answer for this riddle, but that is what it is. We get an inspiration and 20 gold. That 20 gold is very nice. We need 100 on Deathwalk or Drifter, so let's just send it there. And then he can pay for the hunting lodge when we get back. What card did I say I wanted to change? I wanted to take out Angry Spirits, because I'm just not going to be doing that summon with a level 1 character modifier deck. So it's either Transfer of Essence or Eternal Torment. I really like Eternal Torment, so we'll do that. Let's see. Never use a potion. I don't have one, so that works for me. Pincushion, be targeted by 3 or more monsters. Kill an enemy and pick up its loot in the same round. Or kill 1 or more of each monster type. There are scouts, guards, and archers in this level. It doesn't differentiate elites from normals, does it? I think we'll just go for Mugger. Easy enough, especially with Violent Inheritance. Attack 3, loot 1. End with 3 hit points or fewer. Lose a card to negate 2 damage or less from attack. Never enter a hex occupied by a figure or obstacle. It's very easy to accidentally walk through an ally. Maybe we'll go for that, though. And I just need to remember to only ever teleport on Deathwalker.
You head to the area indicated by the scout, following the Olgox's trail toward a wicked-looking mountain. As you draw nearer, you see that the trail splits. The main force returned to the near side of the mountain, but a smaller group peeled off to hike around to the eastern face. The scout told you he suspected there was a back door to the Olgox settlement, and you follow the smaller group's trail, hoping he was right. The path narrows as you approach the steep eastern face, winding up to an overlook high above. Peering upward, you make out the faintest glimmer of light, but then a shape blots it out. A body, large and white, tumbles over the rocky ledge like a boulder, slamming against the jutting rocks. A dead Olgox brawler, just like the ones who attacked Frosthaven, lies at your feet. Judging by its injuries, the rocks weren't its only problem. There's a fight up above. You scramble toward the top, hoping to make it before the battle is through. When you're halfway up, another furry shape appears over the ledge.
Is that it? Okay, I think that was it. I like the narration, but it is a little bit slow. I really wonder how much of the game is in the demo. I'm surprised that
More intruders.
She scoffs.
they took out characters.
You will never open the sky hole. This place belongs to the ice.
Your shock at the fact that an Olgox just spoke your tongue is quelled as the speaker lifts a huge boulder and hurls it down at you. Time to move.
All right. We get 2 entire extra Algox guards in 3-player. I don't think we can go for any Bone Shaper Masteries here. Yeah, I definitely don't think that we can get the Bone Shepherd. That seems a little too difficult. So we'll just go late and bring in a summon. maybe they'll have come forward and I can get off some curses with Damned Horde. I definitely want to make sure that Drifter is the focus. And so we'll just go for the same play. And then 5 enemies in this first room means Call to the Abyss should be better. So I think we start the same with Call to the Abyss and Lingering Rot to get off of poison. And we should be good to go. This is tricky because you definitely want to kill the archers first, but they do start so far back, and they have 2 cards where they stand still, so hopefully they do that. They didn't stand still, but they only moved 1, and they're going to wall themselves off with traps. Most likely. Depends on who's faster, I guess. Beautiful. So they will wall themselves off with traps, and so at least one of them will have to walk through it. Pop. What's this guy doing? Oh, attack for 6. That is disgusting. I guess leather armor dodged a little bit. Oh, and then these guys didn't reach. Oh, looking at this pattern, I really wish I had a banner spear. Just step right there and resolved courage. Would be so juicy. But not too bad. I guess I'm gonna... I want to poison the elite with Deathwalker, but then... I guess if I just go fast on Deathwalker, I could still have my skeleton hit the elite. If I summon the skeleton here, he would move 1-2 and hit the elite. So get this guy poisoned, and then next turn I just melee him, probably with strength of the abyss. Not that. Shadow Step. Melee him with Shadow Step. Attack for 4, mark him, and back off. And then over here, I put my skeleton back here. This way he'll focus the elite. And I just have all 3 characters focus on the elite. We suffer a little bit, and we get some curses in their deck. 2 curses is not a bad start. Oh, I could Exploding Corpse. Okay, first off, we need to go fast on Deathwalker. 19 is probably fast enough, and the nice part is that I can use boots to underspeed 15 if they play that, so that feels quite good. And then I probably am not going to have a use for Strength of the Abyss in this first room, although maybe I will. Let's back off with Dark Fog. We probably don't need a lot of shadow movement, but that does make me want to play Strength of the Abyss, like, right after this. Drifter, maybe just heal myself with Prudent Preparation. I wouldn't hate the idea of getting the continuous health up, but I'll heal myself with Prudent Preparation and just tap this guy relatively hard. Sustain Momentum seems good. And then we just want to go right after 19. So 26 should work, unless I want to go for the Exploding Corpse. Exploding Corpse hitting 3 targets in this first room is already so tempting. It's so tempting. And honestly, I have 12 cards. I want to get through. I'm just going to do it. I'm just going to do it. Do I have anything useful to do with the bottom? I won't even need to reposition him because he's definitely going to that hex. The skeleton is right after Deathwalker, so I actually just don't need to do anything with my bottom. I could even command the Wretched, go for another kill. I guess I'll just heal up. I don't know what else to do. Boots. Do I need boots? No, there's no reason I need to underspeed. And this movement card from archers is pretty good. It gets them closer, but they're not in range yet. And then nothing special out of guards. I like it. I like it. So start with healing myself up just a bit. And then hit this guy for 5 and get my tick right back. Oh, hit this guy for 0 and get my tick right back. I think on at the end of the last level, Drifter got the like achievement thing for hitting with a crit. We'll save the spyglass. We don't don't need a Spyglass, just this attack 4. Although I guess I should have used Drifter's Metal for a Spyglass. And then back up here. Now that I think about it, though, I think I'll go right here, because I don't want Bone Shaper to get hit. And this way, these two guys should hit Drifter, and this guy will hit Deathwalker. We can take 1 hit. That won't be the end of the world. Maybe there's a chance that we kill the elite here. Exploding Corpse. Go. Do I have to click on them, or is it... Okay, it looks like it's automatically... It automatically targeted them. And then I guess I could change the order the attacks are drawn in. Maybe not. +1 is not enough, right? We needed... Yeah, we needed +2. That's a shame. Still. Not a bad turn 2. Oh, that was fast. Alright. I'll take it. I'm wondering if I'm going to be set up here for a Forceful Spirits to get 2 shadows. I don't think so. Okay. That hurt, but at least I didn't die. Oh. And speaking of dying. That's not good. Drop continuous health. I have a lot of healing, and I do have some healing from Bone Shaper. I'm going to be able to heal up without continuous health, and I'm probably, now that I'm losing a card, I'm not going to have the stamina to play the loss on it, so. 1, 2, 3. I wish I had Dark. Can I get Dark from Bone Shaper? I could with Eternal Torment. Because if I move Deathwalker in here and go for 2 targets, I could hit here and here. With Dark on Fluid Forceful Spirits. It would be attack 3 into each, and then a +1 would kill one of them. And I do have Spyglass. And that would just be really, really good for getting a bunch of shadows out. Or I could just Fluid Knight. Can Bone Shaper do anything useful that sets Dark? Oh, Malicious Conversion is definitely also an idea. It's only attack for 4, though. So I would need a 0 to kill this guy. But I do like that. I do definitely like that. What else am I doing on Drifter? Move 2, heal 2 sounds very nice. I mean, Bloodletting. Just healing myself for 2 and hitting this guy with Bloodletting and just hope they don't go at 15 and attack me with poison. And then that'll mean that this guy's dead. Let's see. We really do not want these archers to start going crazy. Which maybe means Bone Shaper runs up and just brings in a skeleton over here. And I kind of just hope that the skeleton survives. At the very least, it tanks 1 hit for me. And then Deathwalker can hit this guy with the shadow with Fluid Knight. But it doesn't kill. I can't Strength of the Abyss yet. Maybe I could have placed this differently and gotten a wound with Anger of the Dead. It feels like I've miscalculated something somewhere. Maybe we can make it work, though. Oh, attack with poison is definitely not what I wanted to see. But it is light attack out of archers, which is good. I think this is going to be a double boots of speed here, which is actually very nice that I can get away from that. And maybe now I attack this guy. That's what I do. I'm not going to Spyglass because he dies to a -1, but I will mark him. And we get the +1. Okay. This is going to work out pretty well, I think. Just place the shadow right in the same spot. I guess that shadow isn't gone yet, so I can't place there. I don't have Fluid Knight, so I'm not attacking out of a shadow, so I don't need it right next to it. And now I run here, and I don't get attacked by poison. Attacked and poisoned. And then it's a reduced damage card out of the archers. So as long as it's not a +1, my skeleton survives. At least survives the first hit. And then Drifter just moves up, heals 2, and we get some damage here. And I set the Dark with Fluid Knight, which makes Forceful Spirits better next turn. Good. Skeleton tanks everything, and this went basically according to plan. Other than my Bloodletting isn't going to get me a tick back. That heal should definitely be optional. Crit. Oh. He did not make up for missing on the first attack. Crit would have been really nice there. It's okay. We lost the skeleton, and I don't have any more summon cards, do I? So I'll just go as fast as possible and poison this guy. I have the dark, so this is a very good time for Forceful Spirits. I need to move 3 to get there, so that's going to have to be Eclipse. It's the only way. Which means that hopefully Drifter is going right after, also moving 3, and hitting this guy quite hard, which Draining Shot can do. I think I'm cool with all of this. Good. Slow monsters is the main thing I cared about. I can pick something to give Deathwalker a better odds of killing. The guard is hitting for 3. The archers are hitting multi-target, so we'll go for this archer. Oh, wow. I would have straight up killed the guard, which I don't know if that would have been good or bad. And then I'll just move up here. I'm going to get hit by an archer, but hopefully I survive it. I would love a crit here. No, didn't get it. And I saved my Spyglass, right? Nice, okay. So let's Spyglass like that. Did that do it correctly? Who are we hitting first? I clicked on this guy first, right? So okay, we get the kill. We get a shadow. And then everything except miss kills this guy. And then we're ready to set Strength of the Abyss and snowball from here. Oh, he's gonna die to retaliate. Which means my Bone Shaper doesn't get hit. Okay. I did not deserve for that room to go as well as it did. But no complaints from me. We'll just move shadows. And I can go for... Yeah, let's bring in the summon again. Why not? Yeah, just move 1, but get this money. Let's see. Move all shadows to... Oh, did it... Okay. I didn't mess up the targeting. I was thinking maybe you had to select all of them at first. It would be kind of nice if you could select all of them at once, but I kind of understand why you can't. Okay, I was able to remove the shadow from the hex I was standing in. That's nice. And then we'll just move 2. Is there any reason to play these 2 cards, or should I just long rest now? Everybody needs to long rest, so I'll just long rest now, so that they're not desynced. We'll drop Eternal Torment, that seems fine. I need to heal. Did I... No, I didn't kill something and pick up... I didn't get Mugger yet. Well, how many ticks do I have? 4 and 3. Dang, so I need to be kind of focusing on trying to get some ticks back. There's a lot of movement needed, so I don't want to drop Deadly Shot. I guess I'll drop Violent Inheritance. Did I had to lose a card to damage? Yeah, I lost continuous health to damage. And then here, there's a lot of movement needed, so I'll keep Dark Fog. I'm going to play Strength of the Abyss, which means Shadow Step could go. Yeah, I like Shadow Step, but it doesn't feel required here. Move 6, make a shadow is okay, but speaking of moving, I'm just going to move, I guess move 3 and make a skeleton. Or maybe I just go into the room. Let's move 4 and make a skeleton with Dark Tidings. I healed up all the way on Drifter, so he's good to open the door. Probably just... maybe just move 2 and attack at range with Deadly Shot, get a poison off. I don't know exactly what this room's going to look like in 3-player. But I think I'm cool to just move 2. Move 2 and attack at range, and then that won't use my ticks. And if my Relentless falls off, that's not the end of the world. Now my Shadow will be moving in. I'm happy to... do I want to move for myself, or do I want to just move shadows? I have 2 shadows remaining. If I move this shadow for 5, that's not too bad, and then I can keep this shadow to Strength of the Abyss. So I think I'll just set Strength of the Abyss right now. And next turn I'll Fluid Knight with Dark Fog. And then I can just teleport in onto that shadow later. So just not really doing anything with my top this turn, but that's fine. Move 2. I thought it was a... oh, this is a scout. That is not what I expected an Algox scout to look like. And I've played this level before, I just didn't remember. This scout looks so much like the archers. And are these guys elite as well? Wow, so it's just 3 elites in this room. Okay. And then we have to keep our priest alive, but he's just going to be... he's on our team. And we can lose cards for him to not take damage, I believe. Only one thing I can reach, but I don't mind poisoning him. What are they doing? Okay, the scout is moving and meleeing. He's meleeing hard. And the archers are also hitting really hard. That's... does my buddy just die here? I think this other archer is not going to reach. Well, I can choose not to lose a card, right? Okay. Okay, cool. That was a weird way for them to do that interface, but... oh, he did reach. Okay, he's still alive. But he's going to get hit hard by the scout. Oh, my guy barely moved. If I move a shadow for 5, it will reach. Just barely. Oh, playing Lingering Rot next turn actually would have been really nice. Oh, no, because he's going to move up. And now Bone Shaper will have to lose a card. Wow, I did not expect this to go this poorly. Drop Wrath of the Turned Earth, maybe? Foul Remedy. It's just like a heal. Although maybe I want to use the heal to heal up the priest, so that I don't have to lose any cards in the future. So let's drop Decaying Will. That's just a poison. We don't need that. And then now I move 4 and I make a skeleton. Might have positioned slightly aggressively. Also, the priest is pretty likely to heal himself, since that's his shuffle. And he suffered a lot of damage. Alright, Deathwalker, we're going to move a shadow and do big damage. I guess into this guy. What do I want on Drifter? Draining Arrows I can move up and just be next to one guy, so I get a tick out of that. And then maybe I Maybe I just heal with no remorse. I'll just heal and I'll just get a tick back. That way I'm not spending my ticks, because my skeleton can tank here. And I don't hate the idea of just setting Wrath of the Turned Earth. Maybe I'll just heal up and Wrath of the Turned Earth and let the skeleton tank everything. Priest is fast and disarming. I like that. And then, yeah, the scout's just standing here, so that works out quite well. Attack 5s from the archer are going to go into the Wrath of the Turned Earth, so that works out really well. Oh, and I totally forgot about my summon. My summon's going to reach now because of the priest. And both Drifter and the ally deck started with Curse on top. What's that about? Oh, we're going to kill this guy. I don't even need to use my Strength of the Abyss Shadow. Alright, Wrath of the Turned Earth. And now my skeleton will tank. And then just a nice little heal too on myself. Drifter will move up. Make sure that the skeleton is closest to them, which it is. Get a tick back. Let's go Crushing Weight. I would rather keep that up. And then I guess I'll heal here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm thinking I'm going to target an archer instead of this scout. Crit. Ah, crit would have been so nice here to kill and get the shadow out already. But I do think I'm going to go ahead and just target an archer instead. Because I can move this all the way in here. I will go ahead and... Oh, maybe I don't mark. Because I only kill with crit. So a nice little attack 7 here. And just don't crit. Ah. I still could choose to put it on if I think I'm going to crit. I've got my 14 to go first next turn. I'm going to do it. Crit. Okay. It's fine. No shadows left, but Buddy's going to go really fast and attack this guy and kill him. And then... I guess that means that I won't have a mark over here, though, will I? I have move 4, and I just set Dark, so maybe I'll be in range of Dark Fog to get 2 shadows next turn. Let's see. I just want to go fast. And then range 5 here. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, I will be in range to go ahead and mark this guy. Hopefully 18 will be fast enough. Well, yeah, that's always fast enough for scouts. They're slow. Archers could potentially go fast, but shouldn't be the end of the world. Then I just have to go after 18 over here. I'm cool to just kind of go late and bring in a summon. And then my ticks at least have built up a little bit. I think I'm just going to go late, move up and heal and hit an archer. Dang. I didn't think about my ally underspeeding me and stealing the kill. Oh well. Not much I can do about that. Oh, we get immobilized, which is kind of annoying. Maybe he'll miss? That still kills, right? Yeah. Which one of these guys is lower? Okay. Well, we'll still get 2 shadows. I think I just place it as far in the room as possible. Just as close to the next room as I can. And then here I move 4. And attack. And mark. Ooh, we dodged the miss. And I lose the shadow. But that's a pretty valiant effort, tanking the crit. Oh, I didn't think about not reaching here. But that's fine. Forced to use the heal even if I wasn't able to do the attack. Now we'll take a relentless tick back. And this guy's already marked. So very, very good shape now for this final room. And I still have Eclipse to get a big heal. So we'll just throw a little heal. Oh, I wanted to summon, but it's not the end of the world. Pick up some loot. And then we just go fast on everybody. Teleport over. Hit him just because why not? Now we don't have that -1 for the next room. And Drifter is more likely to get his tick back. Although I guess I would also... Oh, of course. Oh, I was confused on what ability I was... I thought I was doing Drifter's ability, but it was making the shadow. Not that it made a difference. Oh, I could open this door. Part of me kind of wants to. Let's just do it. We're in good shape. Open the door, make a skeleton. We'll be fine. Scouts are standing still, so that's really good. There are so many in this room. Okay, 3 normals and 1 elite. And then 1 normal guard. So that's actually not all that bad. And everything's standing still, which is kind of nice. And we just have to destroy the 12 health thing at the back. That's not too bad. Let's see. I could long rest. I do have 2 skeletons out. I do still have 2 ticks of Wrath of the Turned Earth. So yeah, I feel very safe to long rest. Maybe I'll just long rest everybody. Let the priest get closer. Scouts are multi-target. That's going to eat through my charges really fast. But we'll be fine. I did not learn from last time. I should always expect the crit. And not getting the loot. Or if you were saying opening the door when I'm not ready. I'm kind of bad about that. I'm very impatient. Impair. What an annoying condition. Wow. Crit or curse and miss. That's wonderful. And a -2. Is that going to deal damage? No, he's attacking for 1. The skeleton got hit 3 times and took no damage. Fair enough. Bone Shaper OP. I'm almost wanting to play Dark Tidings, but I think I'll just drop it. I could have dropped this skeleton here and gotten another turn of stamina. I also kind of want to play Sustained Momentum. It's a bottom, though. We'll drop Draining Arrows. And we'll drop the summon. Deathwalker summon, though, it's not been too bad. Better than I generally give it credit for. I don't have a move 3, do I? I have Lingering Rot. So if I move a Shadow 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, I could Lingering Rot and hit 2. That's not amazing. Part of me wants to just run in an Eclipse and just make a bunch of shadows. It's definitely not needed. Maybe I'll just go for Fluid Night with Dark Fog. Just move a shadow in 5, eat both of my shadows, attack for 7, get something marked. That feels decent enough. Over here, we've still got the Wrath of the Turned Earth to tank. Maybe I just bring in 1 more skeleton and I'll grant extra movement to the guy back here. To help him get in. And then Drifter, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's just play Sustained Momentum just so that I can reach next turn with no remorse. Let's see. 69 is move and melee. That's good. I wanted these guys to group up. Now I can lingering rot them. Yeah, just move and melee on everything is very nice. And my skeletons just, like, aren't going to die here, which is also kind of nice. I don't want Bone Shaper to get hit. So I guess I'll just summon over here. And then move this guy in so that he reaches next turn. And we have scaled. Although I'd probably lose one skeleton here. Ooh, I get healed. Love that. Let's see. Move this shadow for 5. Can go for... Maybe I'll go for the elite. And then attack him with Fluid Knight. Strength of the Abyss. And let's just go ahead and Spyglass, because why not? And mark him. And we'll crit now. No. I should have known that I wouldn't crit because it wasn't preventing me from getting any loot. We do have the Bone Horde. And we have a nice clump of enemies. Man, those curses keep coming in. A nice clump here for Lingering Rot. Oh, if that guy had just taken one more step. We don't have a good clump for Drifter, though. Okay, now we have a spot for Drifter. I guess I didn't really even need to sustain momentum since everything came closer. But we do need to get all the way to the back. Maybe saving Destructive Fury would have been good, too. Malicious Conversion, get back the summon who just died. And this guy's elite, so it's very likely that this skeleton will hit him. I like that idea. And I can command the Wretched either just to move or to play the loss if it doesn't feel like if I'm gonna reach. And then No Remorse Vile Assault, just go big into damage. I guess I don't have any shadows now, do I? But if this guy dies, I'll get one out. Problem is that they're just not clumped up, so I'll go late this turn and just move up. And maybe just make shadows. They are moving and looting. What's he doing? That doesn't kill, does it? No, barely not. But now my skeleton probably kills. Oh no, he's gonna attack the guard. Okay. That's fine. Drifter will move in and hit this guy. And I need to kill him, but I think I will. I haven't gotten Mugger yet, though, so I should really try to get Mugger on one of these final enemies. Which means starting my turn next to him, since I don't have a Vile Assault. Violent Inheritance is the attack and loot card. It's painful. that animation speed. Alright, the Bone Horde was online, but it did a total of, like, damage. Feels very wasteful to Malicious Conversion and overkill by 3, but we had got the -2 anyway. So we needed that overkill. And now I do get to place a shadow. This guy's gonna move up and take my loot, though, isn't he? There's nothing I can do to prevent him. Oh, wait. If I summon right here, maybe he goes to this hex to loot instead. So if he goes here, then I get a good Lingering Rot, but he picks up my loot. If he goes here, then he doesn't get my loot. And we get a Rock Root. He does not steal my loot. I love the animation of them, like, scratching the ground and just being frustrated. I should be able to move in and eat this shadow with Strength of the Abyss to get additional movement to get in there. But it looks like it's not going to let me do that. But that's fine. I can still hit these guys. Oh, I should have eaten my shadow for 2 more damage. It wouldn't have mattered, though. We will choose not to mark this guy. And I need to get Drifter next to somebody to pick up their loot in the same turn. So we'll go late to set that up. And meanwhile, I'll just Lingering Rot these guys. Oh, it didn't kill. No. That's so sad. But we should be fine. Oh, into the 1 health guy. Just start getting shadows close to this thing. And then here, I want to be able to get... I want to be able to kill this guy and get his loot next turn, but I can probably just short rest and go at 14. I can just short rest and go at 14, and then I'm basically exhausted. So don't crit him. Okay, we did not crit this time. Two metal. Now we can get a spyglass on Drifter. And the skeletons get missed again. It's like 8 times in this room. I'll take some disadvantage. Not worth very much, but I'll take some. No! I forgot. I forgot I had retaliate. Oh, now my skeletons are gonna kill him. Do I even have enough turns to get the... Okay, I can still get my battle goal. And like Bone Shaper is basically dead. That's kind of funny. We'll have to start unsummoning. Get my spyglass back. Okay. I'm just going to move next to this guy and not hit him. I'm going to go late in case he gets a ranged attack. It is ranged attack, but it's fine. I may even want to unsummon one skeleton right now. Can I do so? I can't unsummon before they get their turn. Don't kill him. Oh, I'm so bad at looting. I tried to unsummon. I tried. Okay, we're triple unsummoning. Well, I can move one guy. I can move this guy over this direction so that he starts going for the Ice Horde. And then now... How do I unsummon? There's gotta be a better way. There's gotta be a better way. How do I even determine which summon is which? Do I just have to remember? I don't... What? Okay. Was it the right one? No, it was the wrong one. Alright, so we'll just unsummon all of them. I'm sure there's a better way to do this. don't know. I'm trying every button. Right click and... Okay, there needs to be a better way to unsummon. Oh, he's gonna die to the retaliate. Okay, but I get my turn first, so I can get rid of my retaliate. And then I just move next to him. I guess if I had gone later than him, I could have killed him with the retaliate and then picked up his loot. They did no damage. I didn't even remember putting a third curse in there. Maybe the priest put a curse in? No, I want that. We'll drop Anger of the Dead. Don't have a lot of shadows. And then, do I want to move forward before I eclipse? 1, 2, 3, 4. I will get this chest for sure. Okay, I can reach it with move 4, attack range 4. And that'll be fine. No. Miss. 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 You got this. Well. I should not have delayed my mastery until the very end of the scenario. I guess I'll just go hit this thing for 5. I should have picked up loot. But I'm frustrated. Oh, now I can eat my shadow. It's probably not worth it to eat the shadow because then I can't Fluid Knight. And I would have destroyed the thing and not picked up the chest if I had eaten the shadow. That's so funny. Alright, just stall for a couple turns. Oh, the priest is probably going to go finish the snare for me. We'll see. You should not stand on that loot, sir. Do I have a move 3 with Bone Shaper? No, I do not. Do I have a move 5 with Deathwalker? I don't think I do either. It was just gold in the chest. It's 3 loot cards. And all I got with my 3 loot cards was gold. Oh, I do have a move 4. Nice. Alright, not too bad. I might as well grab an XP, right? Summon. And then Dark Fog with eating this shadow with a strengthen. And that is that. Still feels quite slow to... Where was he going? Why did he walk that direction? Alright, one more level. One more level. The Brave and Battered. Hammer of Fury and Life Giver. We don't get, like, the actual damage stats? Okay. You have to scroll. Okay, but I like the loot page. We've got a lot of gold on Deathwalker. It doesn't show the herbs, but I know I got a rock root on somebody. Okay, it shows the herbs here. That's kind of weird that it's in campaign rewards, not personal. Because that's not like a... You don't get that for beating the level. Most damage done by Deathwalker. I think that should be expected. Most damage taken by Bone Shaper, so that's got to count the skeletons. Most XP on Deathwalker at 13. That's kind of surprising. And she did get the Spyglass, so... Alright. And 5 enemies killed on everybody. Very even. Very even. Very nice. It said 2 Outpost, but this should be a forced link.
The ice barrier shatters with a great ear-splitting crack, and you look down through the hole to a chamber far below. A stone floor covered in strange runic symbols and a spiral of pedestals radiating out from its center. Sky Hall, it would seem. However, it's much too far to simply jump.
Ah, finally it's open.
You turn to see the Olgox you rescued staring forward. She lifts her gnarled staff and nods with a confident, satisfied frown.
Those foul ice speakers cannot hope to keep this mountain now.
It's a very strange voice.
She bends down and grabs a handful of snow, testing it between her fingers. Satisfied, she brings it to her face and whispers. The white powder flies from her hand and swirls around her, whirling like a miniature storm. The snow lifts her off the ground and carries her gently down through the hole.
Well, that sounds like a fun character to play. I love the snowflake.
Calls to you from below.
Plenty more ice speakers to kill.
On cue, the snow around you swirls into a great eddy of white and lifts you like a leaf, carrying you down through the opening just like the Olgox. As you float down, you get a grand view of the majestic open cavern that must be the Sky Hall. It is a circular layout of stone seats with a raised platform in the center that holds an ornate altar. The priest is doing something at the altar, perhaps praying when you land, but she quickly turns and introduces herself as Lamprel, explaining the situation. According to her, this mountain, Snowscorn, is a site of great religious significance to all Olgans, while the Ice Speakers, or Dirt Lovers, claim to commune with
Now that is a slur.
ice that emerges from the ground below. Currently, the Ice Speakers inhabit the mountain, but when their war party went out to attack Frosthaven and returned battle-weary, the Snow Speakers used the opening to launch an attack of their own.
But there is no more time for speech. The battle must be raging in the mountain's heart. So if you want my help, we must head there with all haste,
She says decisively. With that, the Snow Speaker chieftain turns and moves to a tunnel leading deeper into the mountain. You're not sure which side you should take here, but you know this information is valuable. If you can help turn the tide in the Snow Speaker's favor, you might be able to broker a truce with the victors. You follow the shaman deeper into the mountain, wondering whether this is what Sather had in mind.
I just wish that Snowflake had a slightly better way to just do some consistent attacks at level 1, because the AoE losses are really, really cool, and especially Snowball buffing those up, and then using your pushes and pulls to get as many enemies as possible into your like cool formations, like the S pattern on White Winds, is really, really cool and good and effective. But like outside of getting like 2 or maybe even 3 really nice big AoE attacks in a scenario, you're not doing very much. It's like maybe you're setting ice and wind so that you can get some attacks for 3. Maybe you're placing a singular hazardous terrain tile that you kind of try to push and pull through, but it's only doing 2 damage because you're level 1 class. It just feels a little weak. I'm going to drop the Sunless Apparition and Lingering Rot, I think, to bring Rest and Shade and Wave of Anguish, so that we can just get shadows on the boss and just kill it. Wallflower should be pretty easy here. thin corridors and all. Kill an enemy not adjacent to you while you're adjacent to another enemy. Become exhausted. Perform an ability targeting an ally in each rest cycle. We should be able to do that. Add 2 cards to the lost pile before your first rest. Bet.
But the middle.
But like Snowflake, once you get online and you're making like 3 hazardous terrain tiles, and then your turn is pull for 3, push for 4, and then so you have like decent single target damage, because then hazardous terrain is scaled to be 3 damage for each unit of pull, and then you go for a nice big AoE. Very strong. Oh, okay. That I will take that as the intro. 1 elite, 1 normal archer back here, but 7 and 11 health is just not super intimidating, I don't think. This is probably not going to be a Call to the Abyss level, though. So I think I'll just make 4 shadows on turn 1 with Eclipse plus Call to the Abyss. And then we just won't Strength of the Abyss. But Wave of Anguish on the boss is going to be super effective. And I'll probably kill the Snowflake, unfortunately. Drifter, just go for the same thing. Why do anything different? Same with Bone Shaper, I guess. Hopefully those archers don't reach. That's a lot of range and one of their higher movement cards. But guard standing still is nice. Nah, they're not going to reach. I like that door. It's a nice looking door. Alright, Crushing Weight and Relentless. We are ready to go. And accidentally kill things with Relentless. I hadn't even thought about Drifter's Mastery. This actually could have been a place we could have tried to never do a move or attack with a value of less than 4. But I did not consider it. Also, I spawned all of these shadows really far away from the door. I didn't think about that either. I guess just moving them for 2 twice and then 6 once should mostly be close enough. Do I want to summon back here or do I want to get closer myself? I think I'll get closer myself. And we should be ready for a pretty decent turn. I think I will double curse. So I might as well just go fast. Just heal up the damage that I took and double curse them. That works for me. I have the dark, so I'm wondering if I hit this guy hard, if I just go fast and like sustain momentum on him, and then if I just go for Forceful Spirits, maybe I can get 2 shadows. Probably at Rest and Shade speed is pretty good. They're all pretty slow. The archers are definitely going to reach now. But we should be fine. Oh, I just realized that the skeleton is not going to hit the normal. He's going to target the elite. So I will not be getting 2 shadow. Oh, I don't even have Call to the Abyss. I'm too tired to be doing this, apparently. Well, that's fine, though. That just means that we'll get good damage output. And 2 curses, and then heal with Flow of the Black River. Just save the Spyglass. Use it hitting this archer, maybe. Give him a disadvantage. No. That's kind of funny. He walks backward. through the obstacle. And the skeleton survives. At least one more hit. This is gonna miss. No. Skeletons just got missed so frequently in that last scenario, eh? Forgot they could even take damage. Ow. Speaking of taking damage, and I think I played my 14 speed this turn, which means missing that heal. I do have move 2, heal 2, so maybe I just want to go fast and play that. Nobody super cares about being the one to pick up the kill at this point. I've kind of put myself in a poor position here, though. These archers are very well defended, and they're just going to be throwing out damage, and I don't have a skeleton to tank. So part of me wants to just play Dark Fog on Deathwalker, kill this guy, get a little bit of damage, and then maybe Bloodletting, like move up, heal 2, Bloodletting on Drifter, and then hopefully move up and summon a skeleton on Bone Shaper and have it survive. And it's not guaranteed to work, but I feel like my odds are not that bad. And I can go down at 16, so the only card that underspeeds me is 14, but that does reduce damage. I think this will work. Very hard-hitting damage out of the archers, so my skeleton is probably not surviving one of those. But at least they're all pretty late. I'm going to Spyglass this guy. Okay. Didn't need the Spyglass, but in fact the Spyglass made everything worse. But it's fine. I guess I moved Deathwalker up so that she tanks the guard if he doesn't die to Drifter. Ooh, we got the dangerous gear. Now that is an item. Oh, I need to play 2 losses. I need to add 2 losses to my pile. So I will do Malicious Conversion. Oh, but if I don't pick up the kill, then it's really bad. Because I have nobody tanking for me. And I need a +2 to pick up the kill. I forgot I needed 2 losses. And that really could have helped out a lot here, because I can do the Command the Wretched attack 5, give it to Drifter, and hit like super hard. Dang, that would have been really good if I had actually planned it out better. We'll get a +1 on Drifter, I believe. The skeletons are really good tanks, and then it's just like it's infinitely rewarding when they survive a hit. Like, it feels so good when you get more than you expected, and it feels so good when Drifter picks up the kill there. Very proud of him. It's gonna feel even better when the elite Algox archer misses. No, -2 still kills. It was so close. Okay, but that's why we moved Deathwalker up, because she had the most health. And she's the only one who was able to tank the hit. That's kind of crazy. But we're still in there. So I want Drifter to move up quickly and hit this guy. And then I will, I guess, heal Drifter up and command an attack. Nice, the initiative works on this quite well. And then here I just move all of my shadows and I'll just hit the normal. And they are last by 1 initiative point. I love it. So Drifter moves up. Gets a tick back. And then just attacks. Although I was thinking I would get a kill, and they're doing a lot of damage here. Oh, but I am healing a pretty good amount. So move all these for 2. Moving for 2 is just not very much movement. It's kind of crazy how little shadow movement Deathwalker has at level 1, and how little like ally movement Banner Spear has for her banners at level 1. Kill. Kill. No. Should have saved that spyglass. Although I don't think it would have helped. We have the dangerous gear, though. Alright, I want to play losses for my 2 check marks. So we'll get a +1 and we'll kill. Twice in a row. This Drifter is not playing with a level 1 deck. In fact, as we level up, the deck is just going to get more disappointing by adding zeros in there. And he's going to kill this guy with the Retaliate. Ooh. We tank the +2. It does mean that I don't have anything to target with a second loss. I guess I could play like Decaying Will's loss and then just discard the card and not get the active bonus anymore. And that's probably worth it. All 4 of the cards that I have left are losses, and that's definitely the one that I need the least. Oh, I can move all shadows 1 again with Wave of Anguish. We'll go for that. And then Drifter, I can just move over and heal myself. Loot 1 and move over and heal myself. $9 gold, there we go. Getting a lot closer to retiring. Oh, he should have gotten the gear. That would have been so nice. Alright, so I'm going to activate Decaying Will. And then now we'll just discard it. And now we get Daredevil. Drifter is definitely trying hard to carry. He heard me put him in B tier and had something to say about that. Oh, I wonder if I've messed up Wallflower. We should see in just a second here. I could technically open this door. We'll get Crushing Weight back. Hey, more gold. Drop a Strength of the Abyss. It's decent when I have all the shadows out. Although we're not going to be getting very many more. I have 3 currently. So I'll get a 4th with Call to the Abyss and then a 5th with Rest in Shade or Shadow Step. What can I drop though? I guess I drop Fluid Knight because I'm not going to want to spend shadows with it. I guess after I get a Wave of Anguish off, it wouldn't really matter. Long rest these guys and I guess just make a shadow. It is a little hard to see the shadows. And this camera angle just feels wrong to me. We'll drop Eternal Torment. The curses aren't gonna be worth it. And I wish I had more healing going on, but it's fine. Is it time to go? I kind of feel like it's just time to go. We'll just play Black Barrage with Shadow Step. I may need the shadow movement. I'm not exactly sure. I'm planning to kill the Snowflake. 1, 2, 3. Okay, I think move 6 will be enough next turn. And maybe we even reach here. So let's just go for it. Let's No Remorse Vile Assault. And I guess just run in and summon. Move 6.
With a
45 health. I guess I normally play 2-player. So it's 50% higher than I'm used to. Let's see. She is going to push. That says push for 5. There's no way it's actually push for 5. There's a... What do you... I can't remember what the... There's some sort of hotkey you're supposed to be able to push while you're mousing over them. B. Okay. Well, surely it's not push 5. That would be ridiculous. Let's attack for 2. Could use all my shadows. But I think we'll save them. Ow. Okay, now we can drop Strength of the Abyss. And I did not get pushed for 5. Drifter is such a show-off. I don't need to move. What is going on with his modifier deck? We're just only pulling +1 in crit and, like, no bad cards. Did I do both attacks? He has a base attack 10? That cannot be right. Why was Fist's attack for 10? That's crazy. We almost one-shot the boss without even doing the Wave of Anguish. The Fist is going to go faster than my characters and crit and kill. And I'm going to lose for not dealing enough damage. Okay, good. He's slow. Base attack 8. There's no way that's right. We'll go for the bigger burst turn of attack 4, attack 3. Oh, this was really dumb. I'm not going to be able to pick up the Snowflake's loot on anybody. Get it, Skeleton. You get in on that +1 game. I can't reach, but I can go for the malicious conversion. And I almost got him. And finally, Deathwalker gets to play the game too. Moving these shadows takes a very long time. I guess it really does take a long time to move the shadows in a physical game too. I was always like frustrated with having to move things out of the way to get the shadows positioned. Hey, there's the crit. I think Deathwalker did the... No, probably Bone Shaper did the least damage this time. But we'll have to consult the score screen and see. I really, really want them to fix when the attack modifier is drawn, because it's so anticlimactic that it's saying 0 for like 5 seconds while you watch the animation go off. It's definitely not game breaking or anything, it's just anticlimactic. And we'll throw our dangerous gear. Oh, no! My thing was to end at 3 health or fewer, wasn't it? 3 or fewer hit points. Oh no, it was Wallflower. And I guess I forgot to end one of my turns adjacent to a wall. I don't know how, because... Or maybe it's just that I haven't done it yet this turn. But in a doorway is surely considered adjacent to a wall. It's a lot of damage. Please tell me that that gave me a wallflower. The Life Giver. We hit level 2 on 2 characters. Let's see. Okay, we did get wallflower. Very nice. And Promoter. I honestly did not do that heal on purpose, but it happened. And Daredevil, we did do that one on purpose. Oh, and I guess we don't get the building constructed until we get back to town, I think. So hopefully when we get back to town, that building will be there. We got the dangerous gear. No herbs. It was Corpse Cap and Rock Root available here. And Drifter absolutely tops the charts with 47 damage dealt. 47 damage dealt with like 3 crits in there. At least 2. And then 15 damage taken on both of these. But no enemies killed. Alright. To Outpost. I feel like it's taken a lot longer than I expected for this, although, I mean, I've not been playing quickly at all, but I'm nervous for trying to beat the whole game in a sitting.
The aged Snowspeaker chief collapses to the ground, lifeless, and the chamber.
I might have to do normal difficulty instead of +1.
Evaporates from your forehead, and all around the battle-worn ice speakers look on, and the surviving Snowspeakers flee. A low voice rises up.
A good fight, warm bloods.
The voice says, resounding off the icy walls. It's the Ice Speaker Chief, looking much worse for wear. He grabs his ribs, most of his weight settled on one leg. His face, though, shows not pain, but curiosity.
You helped us defeat these invaders, and for that, I am thankful. But why did you do it?
It's the first chance you've really had to think about it.
I think they skipped that last line. It's fine with me. This is a really long...
Explain that you've been sent from Frosthaven on a mission to secure the town's safety, and that you'd hoped by fighting in the battle that you might forge some sort of treaty with this tribe.
No, Chief Elland. The humans defiled the sacred clearing.
One of the creatures roars, incredulous.
These are their strongest warriors?
Shouts a priest.
We can kill them easily.
Geiryu has brought them to us.
I was thinking I only did 1 attack on Vile Assault.
Elland shouts back at his surviving
I don't know.
kin.
To kill them now would be to go against his will. In return for their aid, we will allow their town to
In both of the previous 2 scenarios, I know I was able to get 2 attacks out of it.
At this proclamation, the entire mountain rumbles, and a fear crosses Ellen's face.
They're at the summit.
An Olgok scout rushes into the cavern in a pure panic.
A powerful snow speaker is performing a ritual. They intend to bring down the whole mountain.
I think that this Fist storyline is one of the best storylines, or is the best storyline in the game.
But with continued help, maybe they can be.
As long as you don't go for peace.
So, you must climb.
The chief growls.
You must go up to the peak and find.
I did not scroll that.
Speaker, cast them down so the wolves may eat their flesh. It will take them some time, so you may leave and prepare. We will stop them from leaving the peak until you return to prove your friendship.
He nods at the rightness of his words, and then, considering you for a moment longer, decides on something else. He claps an enormous hand down on your shoulder, nearly bringing you to the ground.
And I shall send a champion to aid in this trial.
He says.
Yes, but do we get to use him in the demo or not?
Sure, it is successful.
That is the real question. And I also want to check if Trap is in the demo. I have a feeling that neither of them will be, though.
To plan your next move. There you find Sather, speaking with a downtrodden populace, still reeling from the latest attack they barely survived.
A few new support beams here and there. Patch up some of the walls, and we'll be
I
sure
like her
of snow
accent.
in no time. You see,
She says with a wink.
the frost or fire in the world will keep us down for long.
Her enthusiasm is met with minimal recognition as the residents continue to sift through the rubble. You grab the mare long enough to make a report of your time with the Olgoks.
The sea have mercy.
She snorts, slightly surprised.
This internal struggle with the Algox explains.
Apparently,
But at least
it had
seems
the
like
damage
the strong
calculation as
Algox
if we
was
were in
Kennedy's
4-player.
to stop attacking us,
You
so
can't
that's
see,
something.
but the fist's damage is supposed to be
There's
character
some
times
troubling
2,
developments of our own where you've
which would be
got.
base 8 in 4-player.
Some of the watchmen have reported lurkers of all things on the outskirts of the territory.
Although this is at
I
level
reckon
1,
since you made it
not level
safely
2.
back to town, you might go out and check on those damn crabs for me. Better to get a handle on them before they show up at our door.
She punches you on the arm and then begins to walk away.
Oh, actually,
She stops and turns back.
there was one more thing. A scouting party came back recently and reported seeing some strange metal constructs marching through the wastes. The scout tracked them east through the Whitefire Wood and then into some frozen valley.
Okay, he
Unfortunately,
is
on
actually
that,
supposed to be
so
base
you might
attack
as well have a
9
look at that too.
at monster level
You
2
got
with
some
3
of your
characters.
bruises from the Olgoks altercation.
That's crazy.
Good.
Sather chirps.
And what you do
They even
now,
nerfed him
if
because
you
his
get
special
into
2 is
town,
not supposed to be reduced damage.
you can already tell that the north isn't exactly hospitable, so we need to get Frosthaven back on its feet.
I
as
guess
soon as
he's
we
supposed to
can.
be big and scary.
That means we need all the resources we can find. So while you're out there, see if you can collect some lumber, metal, and hides to help us out. Oak willing, we'll be able to rebuild this outpost before winter, because if we don't, then there's no hope for any of us.
Alright. We'll pick neither. He's obviously a cheater. Oh! Now see, I thought I had read somewhere in something that they said that the demo was bigger than the I did not think that that would be it. That it would be over. That's sad. Wait, did we upgrade the craftsman? Is the heavy sword here? Okay, we did upgrade the craftsman. Well, I guess I'll level up the characters real quick just for fun. I do not like this perk screen. It feels really hard to just understand what you're even reading. I don't know. The regular character sheets are so much easier. We'll take this +2 dark. Why not? Oh, did I get 2 perks? Yeah, I guess I did a double, didn't I? We'll take 2 +2 darks. Dark leaf. That's a really nice perk with the pets attacking. And then I really want to try. I've never tried this summon before. Why does the card look so goofy, zoomed in so much? All right. Man, now I'm so disappointed. Shockwave is nice. 17 initiative is pretty good. I really like both Shockwave and Crushing Weight together. Makes for a lot of fun damage. We'll add that +3, although I'm not going to play these anymore, I don't think. And then Deepening Despair. Both of these cards are honestly really good, but Deepening Despair just breaks so many levels that you have to go. You don't have to. I do really like the bottom of Restless Spirits. It's just like Strength in the Abyss already can give you 2 damage out of every shadow, so just getting 3 damage once is kind of the same. But it does give you more shadow movement at level 1, and you don't have to remove it to make them suffer the damage. And I guess Attack 3 Curse could technically do something. consistency. Boom. We get another perk here as well. Focus. I guess I'm gonna have to like learn the names for them. And I guess that's it. I guess we're done. Build that hunting lodge real quick. Can I just click here and type 10? No, I have to click 10 times. All right, let's go to a scenario. Where did I read that the demo was going to be long? Or the demo had more than like just the regular game? That's sad. All right. Back to town. Still showed Drifter being level 1 on that screen. Kind of weird. It does show the Trapper. Yeah, we can't make them, of course, though. Oh, well, I guess that's it. I was thinking I was going to be playing this all week, but I guess it'll just be, well, I need to work on tier list videos. I need to make Snowflake's video. So, good night, everyone. At least I get to go to sleep nice and early.